when you're in a competitive market, you can put a little more money in your projects. Don't be scared, because we're bidding so many right now at such a fast pace. So what if we bid 100 projects, in a month and a half, 2 months time, and you pick up 1 or 2 jobs out of those? You know that you got good potential profit margin ahead of you.
Hey guys. Hey guys, welcome to the ProfitDig Radio Show. I'm Chris Work. I'm here with Jeff Spencer.
How's it going, Chris?
Going well. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Excellent. Guys, we appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. We're starting to produce more and more content, and leave us some comments. Let us know if there's something, specific topic, questions you'd like to talk about. We would love that. Feel free to, again, drop in the comments and let us know, and we'll put something together for you. Jeff, hot topic. Everybody's getting back to work, thank goodness, which construction's been back to work. Yeah. But now it seems like everybody is getting back to work. At least I hope so, Yeah. That unemployment, it gets easy sometimes.
It does.
You're bidding like crazy.
Yeah.
Your competitors, your subcontractors, everybody's busy.
Everybody's bidding. A lot of work out to bid right now in our area.
Yeah.
And it's probably more work to bid right now than I've seen in the last 3 years.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So for obviously users of our application, ProfitDig, and folks who just check us out on YouTube, what are some tips do you have when bidding on a project in this environment today?
Well, if you're in a busy market like we are, you can kind of pick and choose, between your projects, what best fits your scope of work, areas you like to work in, and also, monetary value. You can look at jobs and you can kind of, when you're in a competitive market, you can put a little more money in your projects. Don't be scared, because we're bidding so many right now at such a fast pace. So what if we bid 100 projects, in a month and a half, 2 months time, and you pick up 1 or 2 jobs out of those? You know that you got good potential profit margin ahead of you.
Well, that's fantastic, and you don't want to win them all.
No, you don't want to win them all. No, and like I said before, 10, 12%, somewhere in that area is what you want to win in your bid proposals. If you're bidding, 20 jobs a week, or 20 jobs a month, whatever it may be, then you want to pick up 1 or 2 jobs out of those 20.
Right. And so are you afforded a little bit of luxury right now, since the market is so hot that you can, like you said, you can sort of pick or choose.
Yeah, you can pick or choose. You can put a little more money in there. Especially when you got a good backlog. You got work ahead. Don't be afraid to up your prices. It's don't outbid your workforce. But and what I mean by that is, like, if you got X amount of crews available, don't get to the point to where your crews are struggling to man the jobs.
Right.
Put the money in your projects, to where you're not going to get so many of them.
Yeah. But it's probably hard to build a crew right now.
It is.
I mean, they're not sitting around with nothing to do.
No, and especially when the government's paying you more to be unemployed is to be employed.
Yeah.
So, don't be afraid if you got a good backlog and plenty of work on books. Don't be afraid to throw some extra money in there, because there's a good chance you're still going to end up with a decent percentage of what you're bidding.
Right. That's fantastic. Well, what about you say put more money into it? Are we talking into labor, material, equipment, or a little bit of everything? Just sort of depends.
I would up my pricing a little bit, my percentage on my materials. Like I charge X amount of dollars over the cost of my materials.
Yeah.
So your profit margin normally runs at 15%, but up at 20%.
Sure. Just sweep it. You're saying And
if you do like a 5%, miscellaneous or contingency money in your projects, don't be afraid to up that to 7, 8, 10%. Get a job that's inflated, and then don't be afraid to negotiate. If someone calls you like, hey, I really want you to do this project, but you're a little bit higher than my competitor, have a little bit of negotiating room.
Yeah, have a little flexibility.
Go ahead, and when you present that bid, go ahead and have a magic number written down there.
Yeah.
So if you have a contractor that calls you back and says, hey, I want you to do this project, but I need a little more money back. Mm-hmm. Have a bottom dollar that you feel comfortable with, or you can still make above and beyond what you normally make.
Yeah. Be prepared.
Be prepared.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to go into negotiations in today's market, because if you do quality work, they're going to want you.
Right.
Especially if you can get in and get out with your crew sizes. If you can man the job on time, get in, do them a good job, and get out in a timely fashion,
yeah,
you're making them money, and you're making yourself money.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't be calling you if they really didn't want you to do the project.
Right. Right. Is there any secret sauce to where I put that money in the job? I mean, does that vary by market, by vendor of material? I mean, if I'm a guy who buys a new Komatsu on the West Coast and I'm on the East Coast, am I paying? Is there a big difference in price based on my location, and does that impact how much I'm charging for that equipment?
It could be. It's going to be based on the market in your area.
Sure.
So if you're got a booming market like we do right here now in Middle Tennessee, then all prices go up. So whether it be materials, whether it be equipment, whatever it may be, supply and demand plays a big role in that.
Yeah.
And especially if you're renting your equipment. Rental rates go up because they've only got X number of units that they can rent out,
Yeah, supply and demand.
Supply and demand.
Yeah.
So, you got to be, take that into effect that, hey, when this job comes about, I may have to pay a higher rental rate because the market's booming right now.
Yeah.
If I can get the machine. If you can't get the machine, you're going to, hunker down and make a purchase.
Right.
Or, we talked about before, RPOs, rental purchase orders.
Right.
I'm a firm believer. If you've got a project that's going to last 6 months or longer, and you're going to have to rent equipment, go ahead and set up an RPO. No harm, no foul.
Because you can walk away, right? Yeah.
6 months down the road, if you don't have anywhere to move that piece of equipment, you can get out of the contract with no penalties.
Okay.
That machine, you haven't financed it for 5 years or anything else, that machine can go back. Mm-hmm. They can rent it out to someone else. But if you need that machine on another job, you've got an RPO for just say 9 months. Well, most equipment dealers right now are offering like 90 to 100% of whatever you pay in rental rate to go towards the purchase of that machine.
Right.
And so why not take advantage of it?
Sure.
I finished up this project. I'm going to the next project. I'm going to keep renting this machine. 9 months down the road, I've got $35,000, $40,000 into this, just say $250,000 piece of machinery. Well, now I can purchase it, at roughly $180,000, $190,000.
Yeah.
Because 100% of what I paid in is going towards the purchase.
Right.
Take advantage of it. That machine, how it's been treated because you've owned it from the time it was new.
That's right. And they're maintaining it during this period, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
Can't beat that.
Take advantage of that. End up with a piece of machinery that's going to raise the value of your company because you now own this machine.
Right.
And even as an RPO, at that point, it's considered as a machine that you're owning because you are renting it to purchase until you turn it in. So, you've got, taxation that you can levy on, at the end of the year.
Right.
So take advantage of it.
Yeah, no, that's good advice. And I guess I'm paying insurance on this with an RPO, right?
Yes, and that's a good point.
Yeah.
Always, when you rent a piece of equipment, whether it's a straight out rental or RPO, always use your own insurance company because when you go through the rental companies,
oh gosh,
they're inflated rates.
I bet.
Major inflated rates. I mean, you're going to be paying probably extra $300 to $500 a month on average for their insurance, where pennies on a dollar you could have it on yours.
Yeah. And I guess it works like a car, right? I mean, is it just based on the value of the equipment?
Yeah, it's based on so many hours. It's based on the value of the equipment, how many hours you run it.
Okay.
And the way they're set up, there's most rental just straight out rentals based on weekly, bi-monthly, and monthly. Well, anytime you hit that 3 week mark, it automatically rolls to the monthly rate.
Okay.
So if you only need a machine for 3 weeks, you're going to pay a monthly rate. Okay. So try to find somewhere to use that machine for the extra 4 weeks or the extra week, to make a full 4 weeks rental rate.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at decent sized projects going to last 3, 4, 5 months and longer, look at RPOs. That's the way to go.
The way to go, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
that
planning
way,
for the future.
You're not tying up your bank You know, you still got your money to operate on, and it's just like a rental piece of equipment. You're paying normal rental rates based per month, but all that's going towards your purchase. You're actually buying a brand new machine that's, 20% off.
Right. Yeah.
Why not go ahead and make that purchase at the end of 9 months?
That makes total sense.